How's it going? It is I, your boy again, TJ. At a time when we are just about to go and cast our vote. Yes, cast our vote. What does it have to do with property? Everything. It's got everything to do with property. Well, voting time, it is one of those things that you have to do. Who do you need to vote for? ANC? I don't know. DA? Maybe. EFF? Who knows? By the way, they didn't give me this jacket I'm wearing on. Maybe it is the VF Plus, or maybe it is the ACDP. All of those guys from the likes of Bantu Holomisa, right? Patrice, right? Julius Malema, John, to our own current president, Cyril Ramaphosa. These are the guys that all represent the top 10 of our economic political climate in the country. And potentially you're asking yourself, TJ, but what does this really have to do with us property investors? Guys, it's got everything to do with it. I'm going to tell you something right now, and just bear with me. We're not here about politics, but when it's time to vote, it is your citizen right to go and have your say. So I'm urging you to go and vote. Who you're going to vote for, it is something that you need to decide. But here's the thing, you might be saying to yourself, why do you have to go and vote? Well, number one, my mentor said to me that in the business that you are in, you need to have a politician in your team. Just like you have a builder, just like you, in your power team, you need to have a politician. Why do you need to have a politician? Well, before we jump onto that, I want to tell you of a story. I potentially could have been one of those first generation kids. Had my dad got it right, I could have been one of those people that would have grown up under the realm of politics. And the short story is that my dad back in the 80s was heavily involved in politics, like superly heavily involved. He was actually the minister of finance at the time. And basically what happened was that at the time, I think I was around about 4 or 5 years old. And my mother tells me the story to say that at that time, another political party was going into the neighborhood and literally they were beating up anyone of the other political party. These are some of the things that we are still seeing in our communities. Is it right? No, it's not. Is it happening? In some cases. I urge you, if you are knowing one of those people that, let's refrain from doing that. Let's just go and cast our votes. I know that's what you're going to do because that's the right thing. Now, my dad literally, he could have died. Yes, he could have died, I think, on a particular day, because what happened was that my mom had gone to a meeting, a rally like, and in this rally, they were actually mobilizing people that they are going to slay. Yes, and this is not slaying as we know it today, we're killing it. No, this is like slaying the people. Old Testament slaying, killing the other people in the other political parties. But here is what happened. I remember my mother, but my mother telling me the story, but that what she did was that because my dad was the finance minister, at our house there were t-shirts, there was caps, all merchants from a political perspective. And my mother says that she literally spent that night digging a hole in our backyard, making sure that all of those things disappeared. The next morning, my dad went to work. As he went to work, someone who looked like him, yes, was burnt to death. Right. Because he was mistaken for my dad. Right. Now, having said that, my dad at the time, whilst he was at the workplace, obviously they had these things. So he had to run away. So he ran away into the woods. And then I remember Mr. Robertson, he became a family friend, and Mr. Robertson, basically what he did was he became that guy who actually went to pick up my dad from the woodlands, wherever he was, and he took my dad to another city in hiding. So my dad was in hiding for a long time. What is a long time? I think it was roundabout, as my mom described it, for about a year he was in hiding, up until the political situation almost subsided. So you could imagine growing up, there was no conversations of political stuff. I remember my dad at a point when a certain people from the political arenas would come out on TV, my dad would literally go and switch off the TV. That's how I grew up. So with that, I didn't know, is it good to actually go and vote? Maybe you are in the same circumstance with me, that you actually never had this conversation in your household, whether it is good for you to go and vote or it's not. The bottom line is that, yes, you have to vote. At what age? 18 plus, you're supposed to go and vote. Every vote counts, whether it is going to vote for ANC, right? Whether it is for DA, for EFF, for IFP, for VF, for African Christian Democratic Party. I've never heard of them. United Democratic Movement, African Transformation Movement. Good. These are all the people. Like, these are all like at a national level. I think good. They are on 2%. African Transformation on 2%, United Democratic Movement on 2%, African Christian Democratic Party 4%, Freedom Front Plus, they are on 10%, and Inkatha Freedom Party, yes, they are on 14%, 44, this looks like, no, that's 11% now. 11% now is on Economic Freedom Fighters, and the Democratic Alliance are on 21%, with the African National Congress on 58% in today's world of the seats that they have, right? All of this stuff, you can get it on Wikipedia. So that kind of like from the top, 58, 21, 11, 4%, 3%, 1%, 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, all the way to good. Now, here is the question. Why am I telling you this? My mentor said to me, you need to have a politician. Why? Why? In today's world, the government of the day, they will know where is the town going. So from a town planning perspective, they already know, they have the plans to say, hey, the town is going this way. But guys, some of this information is even public knowledge now because it's now a policy. Now, I want you guys to think about policy as well. Each political party has their what they call a manifesto document or a policy. Who are they? What are they standing for? What are they going to do? So they're going to promise you some stuff, right? And here's the thing. Because you run a business, it is obviously in your best interest to go and vote for the political party that has the same alliance with your business strategy, right? Yes, it just makes sense. It's a win-win, is it not? Yeah, but maybe you might not, you vote, but maybe you might not get it right, or the party might not win, but at least you have casted in the ballot. So you might be thinking here that, oh, TJ, we can't all get to Julius Malema, we can't all get to Bantu Holomise, we all can't get to Cyril Ramaphosa to be in our power team. That's not it. You invest in a local area. Do you even know who the ward councillor is in your own area? If things go wrong in your area, who is the ward councillor that you go to? That's where it starts from, in the area that you are investing, right? But here's the thing. Even though if you support EFF and now DA wins, you need to support that guy because that's where your bread and butter is, in that area, right? Now you can understand, you can start investigation to say, hey, what's the plans for our neighborhood? Where is it going? That way you are able to see where the opportunities are. Does it make sense? I hope I'm giving you some value here. Now, here is something that you need to do before you cast your vote. Number one, you need to understand the manifesto of each and every political party. Which one supports your business today and in the long run? Okay? I know a lot of people, they voted based on color in the past. Stop it. You've got a business to run. Okay? Number two, I know that a lot of people, they have voted in the past because, of many other reasons. Today, I'm giving you another reason. Yes, maybe choose the color. If that's your thing, I'm not going to stop you. You're still going to vote anyway, right? But over and above that, what's very important to you, to your family, to the generation that's to come, is to make sure that you're going to vote for someone who carries the same vision of the area that you're wanting to invest, or at a national level, at least someone else who is saying that this is where they're going to be taking forward. And then at the back of that, you're going to support them. How do you support them? So let me give you an example. At the moment, the ANC is the current government at the moment. They have put in policies for town rejuvenations. So we have seen a heavy tax bracket that has come with that. If you go and build in certain areas that the government says you can build, they're literally going to give you a 50% back of your money. So do you still want to vote for ANC? Well, with what I know now, maybe the answer is yes. So the next time you're at a political party, or the next time you engage with your local ward councillor, then that's the question that you want to ask. Hey, the local government at the moment, they're giving me 50%. If I'm to do this, are you going to do the same? It's a fair question to ask, isn't it? And if the answer is, well, we want to stimulate the market, so we are going to give even a 75%. Hey, I'm going to vote for them as well, right? That's what it's all about. So we are going to vote for the political party that supports property, that supports business, that supports investors and business stimulation, because we are business people, aren't we? That's the point. Do not take this as a political campaign. Yes, I'm wearing a red t-shirt. It doesn't mean that I'm supporting anyone else out there who's red. I'm actually wearing another black one. I wish I had actually just worn a rainbow color to show that I am in the middle, but all I want us to do is to think before we cast the vote. Happy voting! It is I, TJ from M5 Property Addicts. Let's make your vote count whilst we are building your future, my future, the country's future, and together we can make it work. Boom!